Hi guys, I feel like an idiot. I just made a video that was like 14 minutes long. And I don't know. I don't want to put you guys through that. It was a lot of rambling about rape culture, so... And that's not even what I was talking about. Okay, so, my run-in with the cops. Let's try to make this brief, Hannah. You can do this, okay. My run-in with the cops. So, my friend, Jason. Maybe I should use fake names. Whatever. His name's Jason. He rented out a campsite for, like, me and some people to just go and hang out and drink and whatever. And, you know, no parents, which I thought would be a lot of fun. And then, basically, long story short, the cops came, or, like, a ranger came, and I was really cross-faded, so the timeline's messy, whatever, but, I guess because there were under 18-year-olds, it was like a routine stop, and my friend found out that the cop was coming somehow, and so oh god, I feel awful. I was like throwing, red Solo cups and like liquor bottles into the woods, which is terrible. I mean, for the senior superlatives, I was voted most likely to save the planet. Like, I guess it's most environmentally friendly and stuff, and I found out from the yearbook committee that I got voted for that, which is really cool, because I do care a lot about the environment. Last year, before I carpooled with my sister to school, I rode my bike in the winter, and I, like, have a compost on my side yard, and I don't litter, I won't throw paper away in a trash can, but here I am, fucking throwing a bunch of red Solo cups into the fucking woods, the beautiful, gorgeous woods that do not deserve to be punished by me. They didn't do anything wrong, I did something wrong, and I was trying to cover up my own mess, and so since then, anytime I see trash, I've just been picking it up, which is good. I should do that anyway. But, you know, I feel pretty guilty about that. So, the cops had us all call our parents. And originally he was like, does anyone have a cell phone? And, like, one person raised their hand, because we all knew what he was gonna do. And then he was like, okay, one of you has a cell phone. Like, he knew we were full of shit. And he's like, okay, call your parents, and then I raised my hand, because I just have this super guilty conscience, like, anyway, so I was like, officer, I lied, I'm sorry, I do have a cell phone, and then he's like, oh, okay, call your parents. I ended up not being able to find my cell phone for a good, like, 10 minutes until it rang, and then I was able to find it, but, so my parents came, Officer Steele talked to them, which was nice, because last time, like, I got in a similar situation like 2 summers ago, where I had snuck out with my friend and met up with some guys from a different high school, and they were like racing and we were drinking and cops called. Anyway, so I had to call my parents and be like, I'm in El Dorado Hills and I made a big mistake. It was like the night of Father's Day. Felt like shit. And God, I felt like a terrible person. I cried the whole ride home. And, you know, it was a similar situation last night, except it was nice not having to call them and tell them, because I knew my dad was going to be like, again? Like, are you serious? And he did that when he got to the campsite, but, you know, my mom's like a tender soul. She was really nice, and she's like, honey, I did this all the time. Like, the trick is to not get caught. Like, that's why you're in trouble. And so she's pretty cool. And I had to drive home with my dad. My mom drove my car home. It was funny, though, because I was dressed like a punk. Like, I was in my fucking Halloween costume, and then I, like, had told Officer Steele earlier, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. I'm not even normally a punk. Like, these piercings are fake. This lipstick is not what I wear. I don't wear dark makeup and leather jackets and fishnets. I kind of wish I did, though. I kind of wish I was punk. Or at least I had wished I was punk. Now I'm kind of over it after having the cops call my parents for, like, the second time. You know, it just gets kind of old. Sorry, where was I? Okay, so, yeah. My dad was, like, lecturing me about Christianity on the way home, because I'm not a Christian, and he kind of wishes I was. I know that's a little personal, but So that made me really sad because my mom's always just like, we love you no matter what. And my dad's like, why aren't you different? But, you know, I ended up having a long talk with him the next morning. And I was just really honest with him. It's kind of a good thing it happened because I was, like, waiting for a reason to, like, be honest with my parents. And, like, they found my jar of weed. So they knew I was, like, smoking regularly. Which I do, like, about once a weekend. I lied and said it was, like, once every other weekend. Just because... But they don't know, won't hurt them. I don't want them to think I'm, like, an addict. Like, my friend's getting, like, sent to, like, counseling for that right now because her parents are like, you have a problem. And she's like, I fucking whatever. Anyway, I'm not saying that drugs are good, but, you know, I basically, when I was talking to my dad, I made the analogy that, you know, drugs and alcohol are like junk food, and it's like, if you're well-rounded in every other sense of your life, then why does it matter if occasionally you use drugs or alcohol in a safe manner? Like, the way we were doing it wasn't safe. We were in campgrounds, and I was going to be spending the night there with, like, 2 of my girlfriends. I didn't realize we were going to be the only ones spending the night there, but my dad's like, a hobo could have wandered in and axe murdered you. You know, he's just, like, listing off all these worst-case scenarios. Like, what if you were super drunk and you got hit by a car? And I'm like, Dad, I wasn't super drunk. Like, I'm not going to run in front of a car. He's like, if someone found your weed, we could get your younger brother taken away from us. It's like, that's not how life works. I'm not saying that drugs are good, but, you know, I was basically talking like this to my dad, and he's like, why are you trying to justify it? And I'm like, I have my own reasons. Like, I'm going to be a straight edge now. I made that decision, but only because it's affecting my relationships with people. Like, before it made sense, because I get straight A's. I got over 2,000 on my SATs. I play lacrosse. I volunteer. I sort of do schoolwork. I'm filling out all my college apps. And I babysit and dog sit so that I can save up money for college and stuff. And I do my parents' favors, like driving the kids around and picking up groceries. And so I'm like, and I'm a nice person. And I guess I'm super environmentally friendly. And so basically in every other aspect of my life, I'm really not trying to sound super, like, confident or overconfident and, like, cocky right now, but, you know, I'm generally a well-rounded, balanced person. You know, and I feel like drugs and alcohol once a week, if it's not, like, fucking up my life, I don't see the problem with it. But now it is kind of fucking up my life, and I feel bad because my major group of friends who I love, they're my best friends, like, they're just great people, and they're all straight edge, or, like, most of them are at least almost completely straight edge, and I feel bad. You know, like, because I only hang out with them, like, once a weekend when I'm not, like, partying or whatever. And so, now I'll have more time for them. I'm gonna go straight edge for that reason. And, you know, my dad and I ended the conversation with just agreeing to disagree, pretty much. He's glad I'm not gonna do it anymore. But, you know, if I decided to, I feel like I could be honest with my parents now, and if they say, like, no, you can't do that, then I'd just be like, well, I'm 18, because I will be in, like, a few weeks. And I know I'm not trying to sound super disrespectful. Like, I mean, I apologized to no end to my parents. I felt sincere remorse about them having to come there at, like, it was only, like, 11 when we got busted. And, you know, they had to help us, like, clean up the campsite, and I felt bad for lying to them, so I apologized for all that. But I wasn't going to apologize for what I did because I didn't think that, like, in different circumstances that the drugs and alcohol were the problem. I think it was just us being stupid and doing it, like, in the middle of nowhere. I don't know. Let me know what your guys' opinions on that are, because I think it's interesting. And I should probably fill out some college apps today. Probably won't. I'll probably just watch Breaking Bad and be a grounded child. No, it's like I realize when I'm grounded that I totally take advantage of my parents' trust. You know, it's like, hey, I'm going to so-and-so's house. Just kidding, I'm not, you know? And they just, like, believe me. And now it's like, I can't even go to the store on my own time. I get to go to school, back with my sister, and that's it. That's my life now. I get to still exercise. I guess I can jog places, which I need to do tonight too, today. For doing stuff is so much work. Anyway, now this is at 10 minutes. The last one was like 12 minutes. What am I even doing with my life? Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed my little cop story. If you have any interesting anecdotes, your best cop stories, then I would love to hear them. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and peace out, man. Take it easy.